Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing in the baseball world lately. Willson Contreras leaving Friday night's game after getting hit by a pitch. Now I know what you're thinking. Another player hit by a pitch? Big deal. But personally, I think this one's worth unpacking because it's not just about the injury, it's about the context, the player, and what it says about the season so far. Let's break it down. First off, Contreras isn't just any player. He's a key piece for the Red Sox, especially in their lineup. When he goes down, it's not just a physical loss, it's a strategic one. Watching him get hit by Will Klein's pitch, and then seeing him hesitate before walking off the field? That's a moment that immediately stands out. He didn't even stop for the coaches or trainers. What many people don't realize is that players often downplay injuries, especially in the heat of the game. But Contreras pointing to his helmet? That's a red flag. It suggests this wasn't just a brush-off. It was something serious enough to warrant concern. Now let's talk about the bases situation. Contreras actually ran from first to second on Masataka Yoshida's single, which is wild when you think about it. If you take a step back and think about it, that's either a testament to his toughness or a sign that the adrenaline was masking the pain. Either way, it's fascinating. But here's the thing. He stayed at second for 2 flyouts and then he was out of the game. What this really suggests is that the injury wasn't something he could just shake off, despite his initial push to stay in. The Red Sox called it precautionary reasons, which is the kind of vague statement that always makes me raise an eyebrow. Precautionary for what? A concussion? A fracture? We don't know yet, but what makes this really interesting is that Contreras has been hit by pitches 19 times this season. That ties him for the most in the American League. In my opinion, this isn't just bad luck. It's a trend. Pitchers are clearly targeting him whether intentionally or not, and that raises a deeper question. Is this a strategy? Are teams exploiting something in his stance or approach at the plate? From my perspective, this isn't just about Contreras. It's about the broader issue of player safety in baseball. Iván Herrera of the Cardinals has been hit 25 times this season. That's insane. What this really suggests is that the league might need to take a harder look at how pitchers are approaching batters. Personally, I think we're seeing a shift in the game where pitchers are more aggressive, and batters are paying the price. But here's the kicker. Contreras is a cleanup hitter. When you take out a guy like that, it disrupts the entire lineup. Sogard shifting to first base and Anthony Seigler taking over? That's not just a substitution. It's a reshuffling of the team's strategy mid-game. One thing that immediately stands out is how this injury could impact the Red Sox's season. They're already in a tight spot, and losing Contreras, even temporarily, could be a turning point. What many people don't realize is that these kinds of injuries can have ripple effects. It's not just about the player. It's about the team's morale, their lineup depth, and their ability to adapt under pressure. If you take a step back and think about it, this moment is a microcosm of the season so far. Unpredictable, intense, and full of questions. Will Contreras be back soon? Will this change how pitchers approach him? And what does this mean for the Red Sox's playoff chances? Personally, I think this is a story we'll be talking about for weeks. It's not just a game injury. It's a moment that could define the season. So here's my closing thought. Baseball is a game of strategy, skill, and sometimes sheer luck. But when a player like Contreras goes down, it's a reminder of how fragile that balance can be. What do you think? Is this just another injury, or is there something bigger at play? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep thinking critically about the game we all love.